You have to be okay saying, here's my part. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have raised my voice. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have shut down, closed off, ghosted, got manipulative, acted like a child, attacked back, whatever it is. Like, I shouldn't have done those things. And then you have to sit there in silence. Shh. Welcome to the Secret Life Podcast. Tell me your secret. I'll tell you mine. Sometimes you have to go through the darkness to reach the light. That's what I did. After 12 years of recovery in sex and love addiction, I finally found my soulmate, myself. Please join me in my novel, Secret Life of a Hollywood Sex and Love Addict, a 4-time bestseller on Amazon. It's a brutal, honest, raw, gnarly ride, but hilarious at the same time. Check it out now on Amazon. Welcome to Secret Life Podcast. I'm Brianne Davis-Gantt. Today, we're pulling back the curtains of all kinds of human secrets. We'll hear about what people are hiding from themselves or others. You know those deep, dark secrets you probably want to take to your grave? Or those light or funny or secrets that are just plain embarrassing? Join me each week as we take a deep dive into one subject matter, exploring the how, what, when, where, and why of it all. Get ready for a more focused, more revealing journey of the human experience. This is a new chapter of Secret Life, and I'm excited for you to join the ride. Today, we are talking about dun dun dun, taking accountability. Oh my goodness gracious. People do not want to take accountability. Oh, they do not want to say they are wrong. They do not want to say they are sorry. They do not want to say they have a part in something. And listen, I am one of those people. I hated taking accountability for my actions or words I said or situations. But it's like the air of people not taking accountability and looking at their part is so overwhelming at this moment. And I feel like society thinks when you admit you are wrong or had a part in something that you are the weaker person. In all reality, the strongest I have ever been is when I say, you know what? I'm sorry. I did ... to contribute to this situation. That has built my internal strength more than my stubbornness, because the characteristic and character defect of stubbornness literally kills your soul. It's that unwillingness to let go of your righteousness. And with addiction, with, an argument with someone, a situation, wanting to be right and all of that. It's like when we dig our heels in the sand and don't want to look at our part so badly, we think we're all godly and powerful and like, haha, we're going to hold on to this. Even if our internal dialogue is like, just admit you're wrong, just to say those things like, I'm sorry, or, oh, I had the part. I shouldn't have said this after you did this. Even if the other person started it first, even if like they were totally the ones, we all have a part. We all play a part in situations that have conflict. Everybody has a part. You participated somehow. And I used to think if I took accountability for my part, I was a fucking dumbass. I was weak. I couldn't stick up for myself. I let somebody walk all over me, get the better of me. And that is called, if you do not treat it, narcissism, personality disorder, or narcissistic tendencies, an unwillingness to say when you are wrong and take accountability. And it seems like this society, especially the splitness of politics, needing to be right, not wanting to look at ourselves completely. We do not want to admit when we are wrong. And I am telling you, the best thing with all my recovery, the 15 plus years of work, the mental health growth, all the shadow work, because shadow work really brings up that beast that sits on our shoulders that literally keeps us trapped in that old way. When I finally started taking accountability, it was like I felt like a fucking warrior, like the Dalai fucking Lama. Like I felt like, oh my God, this is what has been trying to been taught to me all these years, that when you look at your part and take accountability, it builds this inner strength where you aren't messed with, because you saying I'm sorry or I was wrong or here was my part and the other person doesn't, you are the better person. You are the stronger person. You are the one that actually grows and goes farther. But here's where I have to learn. There's a part of me that goes, now you take your accountability. Now you do your part. So I'm still working on that. I'm still struggling with, even today, there's this old situation that I'm dealing with, that this person who I, have in my life still, that has not taken accountability. And every time a situation comes up where I'm like, it's going to happen, they're going to take accountability now for this. Now for this. It's like 3 different things have occurred. And I'm like, they're going to finally do it. Like, they're going to do it. Like, I just want them to take accountability for something. And they're not. And that's me playing God. And that's me going, if I have to fucking take accountability, you better take accountability. And it's like, I know better. And a part of me, if I feel like I have to take accountability, you do too. You do too, homie. You do too. You do too, homegirl. But I don't get to choose that for them. That's their evolution, their journey. But it's still like nails on a chalkboard. You have to be okay saying, here's my part. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have raised my voice. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have shut down, closed off, ghosted, got manipulative, acted like a child, attacked back, whatever it is. Like, I shouldn't have done those things. And then you have to sit there in silence. You don't get to, or I don't get to, I'll say for myself, I don't then get to, because they're not paying me. I don't get to then hold the mirror for them and go, and then what did you do? Can you finally admit you're wrong? Can you finally tell me that you are sorry, that you were wrong the whole time, that you were wrong about this person and you should have done something sooner? Can you finally do that? And I get to then sit on my little mountaintop, like I am the Dalai Lama, and go, see, I was right. You should have taken accountability. That is not good. And I know that. So I had an epiphany this morning when I was doing my recovery work and sitting and going, what is this about? Yes, I do believe in black and white and right and wrong and calling people out, and definitely, like, if someone's a predator or taking advantage or stealing, or I am definitely a person that I wear the badge and I'm like, I'm coming at you and I'm gonna make it right. I'll blah 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 and do those things. I am that person. I am definitely, ask anybody in my life, I will go to bat for anybody. But there comes a point where it's like, I am not God. I don't get to um have the I don't get the right to walk around and go, you did this and 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 this and then this is all over the world, and then say, and now all you people have to take accountability and say you are wrong. That's not my job. Because if I keep doing that, I'm going to drive myself nuts. So what is the one thing we have control over? What is the one thing I get to work on a daily basis? Is accountability for myself, not other people. Because if that other person doesn't want to take accountability, that's what they have to live with. That's what they get to sit in the rest of their lives. That's what they get to look at. That might not be their path on this lifetime. But I know for me, when I grew up and not being able to say I'm sorry and take accountability and look at my part, and I always had an excuse, or I'd PR spin it somehow and make it like I'd put those rose-colored glasses why something had to happen, or it didn't really happen that way, just to make it look good to other people and not have to fully accept accountability for what has occurred. So I can't do that. That makes me sick. That keeps sick people around me too. And I can't do that. I can't survive that way. it does not help my soul. And that's what I know. And that's what I have to keep on my side of the street. And this episode is actually a lesson for me this morning. It was like, I need to record this for me. I need to record this podcast for me today. And normally this podcast is to be of service to others and say, here's what's coming up in the universe. Here's what's coming up for clients. Here's the message for a client that needs it desperately right now because they need this support when we're not on session, or things I'm writing about in the new book, or the nonfiction book I'm writing about. Like, I'm trying to give back freely. But today, this is one's for me, because when I take accountability, I'm a better person. When I take accountability, I feel better about myself. When I take accountability, I feel like a stronger human being. When I take accountability, there's like a lightness about me. And it makes me like all my scars and my emotional scars were for a purpose, that I got to this place where I can actually stand completely like raw and vulnerable and emotionally naked in front of someone else and say, here's all this stuff that I did, and here's all the things that's done to me, and here's all the things I've said and hurt and steal and cheated and lied and all this shit I've done. Doesn't define me, but it's who I have been, and I'm not that person anymore, and I take accountability for those actions, and I'm not gonna do them again or have anybody around me that does those things, especially in my world. But I don't get to then make people who I deal with sit in front of me and go, "Now it's your turn. Now you do it." Because I'm not their God. I'm not their universe. I don't go to bed with them in their head at night. I'm not responsible for them. They are not my child. I get to teach Davis that, but still he's his own person. So if that's his own lesson, just like this person, that's their own lesson. And I am not getting to tick the boxes of who takes accountability and who doesn't, because it's like a poison. I'm like drinking a poison to my soul. And I need to learn this lesson today because it has rocked me this week. And so I am sitting here in front of you, and whoever's listening, I am taking full accountability for wanting somebody else to take full accountability of their bullshit, their racket, their lie to themselves, their lie about someone in their life that they're allowing to get away with really shitty shit and to other people. And I want them to take accountability, admit where they are wrong. And I am taking accountability for wanting that to happen. And it is not my job, because I am not the universe. I am not a higher power. I am not God. I am just a fucking girl trying to make it through this world and be authentic and real and show my scars to help other people heal their wounds and their scars. So that is my accountability to myself today, to stop trying to make other people take their accountability. That's on them. That's their journey, not mine. So thank you for letting me vent. Thank you for letting me record this podcast for my own journey. And I am going to promise you, if anybody today or this week does something wrong, or I have a conflict with somebody, I will take accountability for myself, and I will not have any expectations for them owning their side of the street, because that will drive me absolutely fucking insane. So I'm asking you, if you are in conflict with anybody, or you have anybody in your life that will not admit they are wrong, or say they are sorry, or take care of their side of the street, you do the same. You clean up your side and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, and that's it. And then you walk off and have a beautiful day, and allow them to sit in their stuff, because that is their journey and not yours. So I'm making a deal with you. That is what I'm doing, and I hope you do the same. Thank you for listening to Secret Life Podcasts. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the episode. Send me what you'd like me to talk about at secretlifepodcast@icloud.com. Until next time. Thanks again for listening to the show. Please subscribe, rate, share, or send me a note at secretlifepodcast.com. And if you'd like to check out my book, head over to secretlifenovel.com or Amazon to pick up a copy for yourself or someone you love. Thanks again. See you soon.